Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So I have a lot going on my desk right now, but if you saw my planner setup video, I'm not planning on using the vertical layout anymore. Instead, I made a new packet, which in my part 2, I will link that. But in my part 2, I go through what my packet looks like each week and how I'm switching to the Passion Planner layout for the week. So what I want to do is go through and lay out my weeks in each style and see what the end product looks like. So in order to do this, I did end up printing out 2 sheets of the Just Starkey So Sassy quotes. I printed out 2 sheets of the snowflakes and 2 sheets of box stickers. And they are all the same. The boxes are the same size on each sheet. And I did use this for my monthly layout. So you've seen most of these stickers before, but I wanted to use something that I was comfortable with and that wouldn't be the cause factor of me being slow on one page or the other. So I wanted them to be the same. I wanted to have already used them before, and I want to try and make it as equal as possible as I go through these 2 spreads. I also have my Heidi Swap January agenda stamp, as well as the Memento in Tuxedo Black, and my Tim Holtz Distressed Ink and Faded Jeans, also what I used on my monthly spread. Then I have my Zig Writer in Blue Jay, a mild liner in, I think it's light gray, just gray, my dot pen in a light blue and a gray, and then my erasable highlighter in light blue. And this light blue is not quite the right color, but we're going to use it anyway because I don't have every highlighter color imaginable. And this is erasable, so I want to use it for my meetings just in case they change, which is very possible because I am recording this before the 1st and we don't go back to work from the holidays until the 2nd. So things could change drastically by the time I get into work. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I am going to start with the vertical layout just because that is what I am most familiar with. I have been using this for a couple weeks just to play around with it, but I don't think it's been in its final state until right now. So I'm looking forward to filling this out. Some of this I won't be able to fill out until the actual start of the week, just because that's the way it's designed. So let's go ahead and get started. This is actually from Squared Plans. This is what I had originally planned on using until I switched to the Passion Planner. I didn't want to invest in Happy Planner anymore, partially because I hate how their months start on Sunday and not Monday. And also just because I didn't like any of their planner covers, so I did go ahead and buy all my pieces separately, but I was going to buy multiple versions of Squared Plans weekly just so I have options. I do struggle sometimes getting stuck, so I want to be able to mix it up if I need to. I don't have a ton of big plans for this particular week. My kids are off 3 days. My dad's birthday is on Friday. And I have a couple of meetings and no work on Monday. So my first question is, am I going to put my work plans in this planner? And I'm going to go ahead and say yes, because in the other planner, I will have my work plans as well. And I'm going to try and focus more on the function, more over the design in this spread as well, just so it's a little more equal. I could spend all day planning in my spreads. So I'm trying to decide which line width I want to use from my Chrissy Ann Designs, and I tend to like the 7mm the best. So let's make this easy and use the top for calendar items, the middle section for work, and the bottom for personal things. The sidebar I need to use for meal planning and errands. And I think those are the main things. So let's start by dropping in some boxes. So like I said, my kids are off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I am off on Monday. And then my dad's birthday is on Friday. And did I say anything else? I do have a couple meetings, but nothing that I would put in boxes. So those are the boxes for that. Let's go ahead and put lines in. I frequently wait to put lines in until I put my stickers down, at least some of them. But because and I'm going to use my Muji 0.38 for this, but because my snowflake stickers have white backgrounds on them, I'm going to go ahead and put the lines in. The white border around the sticker will kind of break up the line if I need it to. Now, I don't want to fill this whole thing up, so first of all, let's keep my stencil straight. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 8 lines. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lines. And I need to remember that I don't need to do lines for work on Monday or Saturday or Sunday. And that will give me some space to decorate. And I also want to mention that my family has been gone all day, which has been wonderful. I have gotten so much done. I got all the gift wrapping done. Got some bedding washed, made some videos, all the things I wanted to do, and relaxed a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they will be home shortly. So if this ends up going to a voiceover, that is why. And then I think for Monday, I think I'm going to do, I hate making my lines unbalanced, but I feel like I should put more lines on Monday. No, let's not. Let's relax a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of wish these had like numbers next to them so I could use the numbers as a guide. So I'm just putting 8 lines down for personal as well. And I'm just putting them towards the bottom just to make things easier. And so I'm not spending time overthinking where things are going to go. And honestly, if I did this every week in my planner, I probably could have made the vertical spreads work for me. But I was just spending way too much time. 5, 6, 7, 8. I was just spending way too much time decorating and not enough time actually planning out my week. So I would spend 45 minutes or so laying out my spread. And then when it came time to actually put in my plans for the week, I just wouldn't have the time. So I'm trying to adjust my life so that I focus on the things that make my life easier. And not that I don't enjoy decorating my spreads, which I do. I just feel like it's more important to actually have the plan and not just the decor. Okay, so there's my lines. It took me 6 minutes to get to this point. And I know me, and I know that I have to have lines, otherwise it just doesn't work very well. So let's go ahead and drop in my 01 by January. And I did this in black on my monthly and then colored it in, which looked really cool, but I'm not using thick enough paper to do that. So let's do it in blue and not color it in. Okay, let's be honest, we could stop right here. This is enough. It is pretty, it's functional, it has a little bit of color, but I know that I never stop when I get to this point. I want to keep going. So let's see if I made any side boxes that will fit my meal plans, which I'm not sure if I planned this out well enough. Oh, good. This does fit over here. So let's go ahead and tuck this in. And those can be for my meal plans. And then we also need one for my errands, so we'll use the light blue box. Hopefully I won't have a ton of errands. I do know that I have a few returns that I will have to make. I bought multiple sizes of things because I hate, that's crooked. I'm gonna leave it, but it is crooked. So I tend to buy multiple sizes of things in case they don't fit, because there have been multiple years where I've bought something, the kids really like it, it didn't fit, and then I went back to exchange it and they didn't have it anymore. So I'm trying to be smarter about how I shop. Okay, so meals, errands, work, personal, and then I can decorate. Let's go ahead and write in. I'm not going to write in the meal plans because I really have no idea at this point. But no school. No work. And then let's see, Tuesday at 11, we have leadership. Wednesday at 10, we have the WAF meeting. And on the 5th, I have Dad's birthday. And those are the things. So meal plans. And errands. Okay, now again, I could stop here, but let's add in some decor. At this point, my family arrived home, so I decided to go ahead and finish with a voiceover. I am also going to speed this up a little bit. I will let you know how long each section took me to complete, but right now I'm just going to go in and add in some snowflakes. I like to start with the bigger snowflakes and then work my way to the smaller ones. I don't necessarily have to use all the big ones, but it's much easier to start with bigger images and fill in with the smaller images than to do it the other way around. So I try to remind myself to start with the bigger images. And as I'm watching this back, I'm realizing that part of the spread is out of the screen, and I apologize for that. I feel like it's at a different zoom level than it normally is. I'm not sure what I did, but sorry about cutting off the bottom of the spread. But also, as I am laying these snowflakes down, I'm trying to be aware of what they're actually covering up. I do not like to cover up the days of the week or the number of the month. So I don't like to cover up like Monday or 1, 2, 3. I like to leave that open because I have a hard time visually thinking about where those numbers are. I don't want to make my brain take the time to figure that out after covering it up, if that makes sense. I much prefer it being there and not having to even think about it. So I do fuss about not covering those up. Again, it just makes it easier for my brain to recognize those days, and I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat. You don't need to add more stress to your brain and to the things that you need to remember. So this just makes it easier for me. I'm also going to try to be conscientious about how much of each line or each day of lines I cover up so that I don't cover up too many with the stickers. I don't mind putting some stickers here and there over the lines, but I wouldn't want to put a larger sticker right in the middle of the lines for the day, if that makes sense. I just would like to leave as much room as possible for my tasks because I know the first week back to work, the first week back to school for the kids, there's going to be a lot going on. I also want to drop in some quotes from Just Starkey, and I'm just going to tuck these in. I'm going to color them in. I figure since they are on the sticker paper and then on the planner paper that they won't bleed through like if I had just colored in straight on my planner. And I really like that extra pop of color that it's giving, especially since I am not dropping in a ton of extra boxes or anything like that at this point. And as we go through this spread, remember that I am keeping this spread minimal. I want to make it as equal to the Passion Planner as possible without not doing the things that I would normally do. So I do want to decorate it. I do want to put my lines in, but I don't want to over decorate it like I do some weeks because there just isn't that space in the Passion Planner. So I feel like when I am using the Passion Planner spread, I won't be using as many stickers as I normally would in the Happy Planner spread or the vertical layout here. So I do want to try to compare the two somewhat equally. I may flip-flop back and forth, as I mentioned, based upon what is going on in the week. So if I don't have a lot going on or we have vacation planned or something like that, I may jump back to the vertical. I may do a horizontal. I might do just something different for those weeks. But for the weeks that I really need to be productive, I'm really thinking that Passion Planner will work. At least for now. I do tend to get sick of things and need to change things up. So I'm happy to have that option as well. I also haven't been liking how much money I've been spending on stickers and sticker books. So I'm really trying to rein that in and use supplies that I already have or that are more sustainable is not the right word, but instead of buying stickers, I'm going to buy stamps that I can use on multiple layouts. I also was a member of the Just Starkey digital subscription club. I don't see that on her website anymore, so maybe she doesn't have it, but those digital subscriptions are actually really worth my money because I can print off as many things as I want. I tend to resize things if I need to, which you can't do when you get just a sticker book. I also sometimes like to flip the perspective of the sticker. So say there's a person that's looking to the left and I want them to look to the right. I know how to flip it in Photoshop so that I can get more money out of my stickers. I can make the stickers exactly what I need them to be. Now, granted, that does take more time, but as long as I think ahead and think about what I want to do over the next month, batch printing my stickers is really time efficient. I just set them to print while I am doing other tasks. So I'm hoping not to have a ton of hauls this year. 2024, I'm really trying to use the supplies I have, stick to the brands that I know and love, and stop buying things on whims just because I see, say, 1 or 2 sheets of a sticker book that I like. That does not mean that I will get my money's worth out of it.
So to really think about what I am purchasing and think through how I will use my supplies. So I'm dropping these last few snowflakes on the vertical layout for this week, but this spread took about 28 minutes to do. Like I said, it's a pretty basic spread. I did write some things in. I did look at my calendar and spend a little bit of time just making sure I wasn't missing anything. But in general, 28 minutes, that's about the bare minimum time I spend on a spread. So I think this is a good representation of what I would do if I just had a little bit of time and needed to get straight to planning. And originally I was going to put both this and the Passion Planner together in one video, but I think I'm going to split them apart. Look for the part 2. I just want to make sure that if you are looking for the Happy Planner stuff, you can find it easily. And if you're looking for the Passion Planner spread, you can find that easily as well. So this is the vertical layout for this week. I hope you'll join me in part 2 to see the rest of the packet that I plan on using for the week. I might actually use both this week just to see and so that I can show some comparisons on my Instagram. If you'd like to follow me, I'm at Making All the Plans. Otherwise, I hope to see you in part 2. Bye!